Okay, so you're someone who has decided, yes, I want to go onto this journey of fitness, and now how do I go about it? Or what are the options that I have in front of me? What is it that happens to your body when you start working out, other than, of course, the physical aspects that slowly start changing? Yes, you'll see your waist getting narrower, and you'll see your bones, and your face looks so good, and your skin is really nice, and those are all the physical aspects and the superficial layers that you start seeing. But now let's also talk about what it really does to you mentally and how it changes your brain structure. It literally changes your neurons, and it makes you the strong person that I hope you want to be. You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. And trust me, that is one of the biggest benefits of bringing exercise into your life. I also slowly started realizing that I became the kind of person that didn't want to give up very easily. If a problem came in front of me, I would always try to look for a solution. At this point, you're thinking that what does all of this have to do with exercise? How do you get these traits because of exercising? You do. Because as you move on in your fitness journey, as you start increasing your strength, your mental strength increases along with it. Slowly you say to yourself, hey, so yesterday I did like 10 push-ups, and today I'm actually able to do 12. And at the end of the month, I find that I can do 15. Something that I built myself up and I worked towards. Another thing that exercise does is that it turns into some kind of meditation. Today my yoga teacher, she said something, and it was so perfect for the day that I was going to shoot this video. And a big shout out to Tanvi, she's my yoga teacher right now, where she said that meditation is when you sit silently with your body, and yoga is when you move silently with your body. Pretty much the same, don't you think? There's just a lot of movement taking place with yoga, but you're really so quiet and you're so focused on yourself. A kind of meditation. I realized that when I started running with my journey with Adidas, that was some meditation kind of came into that again. You reach this point when you're running where you just go into a state of zen. Everything around you just blocks out. The cars, the other runners, the person to your left or to your right. And there is a certain amount of centering that slowly starts taking place when you are running. I hope that all these words that I am saying are inspiring you to go onto this journey, and that you can experience the joy that I have experienced through these different forms of exercise. And of course, lastly, one of the biggest things that exercise does teach you, no matter which form of exercise you are indulging in, is self-discipline. When the lockdown did take place, a lot of people were questioning their ability for self-discipline. How do you then still stick to a routine at a time like this where everything is going crazy in the world around you? But all those people that I spoke to that were people who would exercise, somehow I did notice that they were the ones that are a little bit on the side. Why? Because they had a routine and they had that self-discipline already in themselves. How do I wake up every single day and make sure that I work out? Because I look at exercise just the same way, and I deal with it just the same way as having a bath or brushing my teeth. It's something that happens automatically in your routine when you wake up every morning. You get up, you make your bed, you brush your teeth, you have your chai, you have that set routine. And then exercise, for me, is something that just slowly came a part of that. And that kind of self-discipline is what comes into play when you become a person that exercises regularly. And then, of course, that extends everywhere, right? Towards your family, towards your work, towards your exams, towards your studies. All of it, it has this beautiful trickle-down effect. For me, when I went onto my fitness journey, what had happened to me is that I've always been a very thin person, but I had to undergo 2 major surgeries for my shoulder, and because of that, I landed up putting on 8 to 9 kilos. It might not sound a lot right now when I'm speaking to you, but for somebody whose weight is already like 51, 52, and then you go closer to 60, it does come as a big shock, especially when you put on all that weight in a period of 1 year. On a side note, if you are wondering what the surgery was, I have pins in my shoulders, and in this video, I talk about it. So I think it's really important to just sit down and say to yourself that why is it that I want to do this? And what is my ultimate aim? I want to lose weight. I want to tone myself. I want to build muscle. I want to be able to run really well. At that point, I knew my ultimate aim was to lose all this weight. Today, my goals are a little more different. Now that you have figured out for yourself what your aims and your goals are, how are you going to get there? What form of exercise do you want to do? There are so many options that do exist out there. And personally for me, when I started 10 years back, I knew that I did not want to go to a gym. And believe it or not, in the last 10 years, I don't have a gym membership. I've never joined a gym, but never say never. Who knows, maybe after some time, I might feel motivated to go and get a gym membership. Working out at home for me has been something that has worked out really, really well. Slowly, I started investing in a pair of dumbbells, which led me to getting 4 different dumbbells because my ability and my capabilities to pick up more and more weights increased. And today I have a range of half kilo till 10 kilo weights. I also have, a few bands. I also have my gloves because of course you have to understand that my journey has been of that many years, and so it made sense for me over the years to start investing in my equipment at home, because then you also want to start having a little bit of variation. And that brings me now to the next point. Working out at home, it can get a little stagnating. It can get a little boring, especially if you're not mixing things around. So what did I do to combat that boredom? Once in a while, take a break from strength training and HIIT at home, and I would move to other forms of exercise. And that's when I discovered running. I have this beautiful relationship with Adidas, and I've been running with them for now almost 2.5 years. And they were the ones that trained me for my first 10-kilometer run. The next thing I tried out was yoga. And I discovered so many beautiful yoga teachers in this journey of mine. People that I'm so happy that I got to associate with, who also showed me how much I can push my body and what are the limits that I can achieve. The next thing that I also discovered in this fitness journey of mine is ballet. And I slowly realized that there was a certain elegance and there was a certain grace that was also bringing into me. Another side note, I also trained in ballet as a child. So for me, it was like revisiting a childhood activity, something that I thoroughly enjoyed and I didn't mind going back to. Maybe you could find an activity like that as well. A sport that you played when you were really young and you enjoyed playing that. Now I have slowly realized that it's not only about exercise. A lot of the exercise that you do can be nullified on the basis of what you eat. And so let's go to the next point, diet. Exercise and diet, they both are married to each other. No matter what everyone would say to you, you could be working out 3 hours in a day and then you could completely ruin that workout with whatever you eat for the remaining 20 hours, 21 hours in that day. I've never been a calorie counting person, but in today's day and age, there are many apps out there that will help you count those calories if you do want to go down that road. So what are the diets that I used and what are the ones that worked for me and didn't really work for me? I initially started off with no carbs. That went off okay for a couple of months, and then after that I'm a full rice eater. I love my rice, I can't help it. And I realized that it was just making me really snappy and just not being a happy person. And what's the point of not being a happy person and being like, really snappy all the time? Also, if I don't eat for like really long time periods, my friends will look at me and they'll be like, when was the last time you ate? Because you look really hungry right now. Hungry? Anyways, so soon I realized that, okay, this no carb thing, it's not working for me. The next thing I did try was keto, and sometimes I do now look at keto recipes just on days that I really want to take a break from my carbs and I want to be excited about eating other types of food as well. The next thing that I did discover in terms of diet is intermittent fasting, and if you follow me on my Instagram, it's something that I talk about a lot. Now I have been fasting for close to almost over a year. Luke Coutinho is someone who I follow, and when I first started intermittent, he was talking about it a lot at that time period as well, and I watched all his videos on intermittent. You must, when you follow somebody on YouTube and you look towards them for advice, yes, you must, if you truly believe in that person, please go ahead and listen to them. But it's also very important to take what works for you and leave back what doesn't work for you. If your body is telling you, nahi yaar, ye mujhse nahi hoga na, after a couple of tries, it's fine. Listen to it because it knows what it is saying. And right now, my current diet is I do 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of eating my food. I balance my 8 hours. Again, everything depends on work, what my schedule is like. But since this video is being shot during a lockdown, a lot of us are at home, and so those things are really easy to figure out. I hope this video inspires you to just turn around and say, chal kal se exercise karte hain. And you know what? That's all you need. 10 minutes. For the next 10 days, work out every day. Don't miss a single day, but work out every single day just for 10 minutes. And trust me, you yourself will slowly start making that 10 into 20, into 30, into 40, depending on what it is that works for you. So keep listening to your body. It will let you know how the journey is going. Do only what works for you. Exercise doesn't have to break the bank at all. Like I told you, I started working out at home, and there's tons and tons of videos out there to set you on this path. I hope to hear from each and every one of you in that comment section below. My name is Freesia. This is WAC. I'll catch you guys again very, very soon. Ciao. If you like this video, hit the bell icon and subscribe.